Emporia, Kansas is the kind of place where people don't lock their doors. With a population of just under 25,000, it's a quiet, close-knit community. That's why Rebecca Dalton's disappearance rocked the town to its core. A 42-year-old school librarian and mother of two, she was well-loved and known for her warmth. On the evening of October 11, 2007, Rebecca didn't return home after her shift at the public library. Her husband, Craig Dalton, called friends, then police, when she didn't answer her phone. Her car was later found parked neatly behind the library, keys still in the ignition. 2 days later, a jogger stumbled upon Rebecca's body in a shallow ditch on the outskirts of town. She had been strangled, her wrists bound with electrical cord and her face bruised. Her clothes were intact, no signs of sexual assault. The medical examiner determined she had died the same evening she disappeared. The town was in disbelief. Crime of this nature was unheard of in Emporia. A task force was formed, and over the next weeks, investigators interviewed more than 100 people. Inside Rebecca's purse, recovered from a nearby trash bin, police found a note written in shaky handwriting that read, "I couldn't do this anymore. I'm sorry. M." This baffled investigators. Rebecca had no friends or relatives with a name starting with M. Craig told police that his wife had recently been tutoring a high school student named Martin Cobb, but insisted the relationship was innocent. He was just a struggling teen with poor grades and a broken home. Martin, a 17-year-old student at Emporia High, was brought in for questioning. He was quiet but cooperative. He confirmed that Rebecca had been helping him with college prep essays and said she was like a second mom. But Martin's classmates painted a different picture. Several hinted at rumors that Martin had a thing for the librarian. One student even claimed Martin had bragged that he was closer to her than anyone realized. When police searched Martin's locker, they found pages of handwritten journal entries, including obsessive poems about Rebecca. One entry read, "She smiled at me today. It means she feels it too. She knows. Soon, it'll be just us." Martin's internet history was damning. It revealed searches like, how to know if someone loves you back, can a teacher get in trouble for dating a student, how to hide fingerprints on rope. Police subpoenaed his phone and discovered a series of unsent text drafts to Rebecca, including one that said, "Why won't you leave your husband? I know you love me too. You said it with your eyes." When questioned again, Martin denied hurting Rebecca, claiming she had rejected him kindly and that he had accepted it. But Rebecca's co-worker revealed she had recently confided in her about feeling nervous around Martin. He'd begun to show up uninvited, waited outside the library, and once even followed her home. The key break came from an unexpected source, a hardware store security camera. It showed Martin purchasing electrical cord, duct tape, and gloves the day before Rebecca's murder. That was enough for a warrant. In his bedroom closet, police found the exact same electrical cord used to bind Rebecca. They also found gloves with trace DNA, both his and Rebecca's. Faced with overwhelming evidence, Martin confessed. In a chilling taped confession, Martin admitted he had become obsessed with Rebecca, believing she was sending signals. When she gently rejected him during a private tutoring session, he snapped. He followed her after work, confronted her in the library's back lot, and pleaded for one last chance. When she again told him no, he forced her into his car, drove her to the outskirts of town, and strangled her in a fit of rage. He had brought the rope, gloves, and tape with him. The note in her purse was his twisted attempt at misdirection, to make it seem like a suicide or a message from someone else. Because Martin was 17 at the time of the murder, the court had to determine whether he would be tried as an adult. Given the premeditation and brutality, the judge ruled that he would. In 2009, he was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. He showed no emotion during sentencing. When asked if he wanted to apologize to the Dalton family, he simply said, "I loved her.